We opened the crisis center when the war started, and we were providing free mental health services to people affected and traumatized by the war. This is our poster. You can see, as many people could also see this poster on our social media, and it was shared many times by our followers and friends. And this poster says that this is crisis center, and there is free mental health support to anyone affected by the war.
As a crisis center, we conducted about 100 sessions to women, men, parents with children who needed mental health support. We were doing this for free and, of course, with the help of our international founders.
So 100 sessions, this is something that we did only last year, and we will tell you more about what we did already in 2023. And just to share with you like an emotional landscape of Ukrainians now. So what did people in Ukraine lose, and what's happening in their minds and hearts now? We work with people and trying to help them cope with psychological trauma, pain, fears, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, and many losses which were caused by the war. So what did people lose and keep losing up until now? They lost life, health, and relationships, home and places of living, work, career path and money, personal identity, hope, safe, trust and faith, a sense of future, and the desire to live.
Here you can see that's just a tiny piece from our crisis center recordings, because there are huge scale of those Excel sheets. And during those 2 years of ongoing war, 2022 and 23, we conducted over 200 consultations. 100 was in previous year, and even on the beginning of this year, 100 more. This information is safely kept in Excel spreadsheet with respect to confidentiality, and this is our internal recording and reporting system. We use it as the basis for our program design and research on the war trauma and mental health support.
I'm constantly feeling anxious and waiting for something bad to happen. I don't have anything to lean on, to rely upon. Everything has lost its meaning. My child wakes up at night all the time, weeping and screaming. I don't know how to calm him down. I don't want to live in my country because I don't want to leave my country because I have my elderly parents here, but staying is unbearable anymore.
I've lost all my faith. I live like a robot and can't feel anything anymore. I don't have any wishes or goals. I'm not waiting for anything to change. I'm just not sure if I'm still alive. I'm feeling scared in this foreign country, being all alone. It's very hard to adapt to new conditions. I'm scared I won't be able to protect my family. I feel helpless and useless as a man. Mom, I don't like being here. When will we go back home? I miss it so much. But sadly, there is no home anymore. It's been destroyed.
This is what we often hear during our consultations working with Ukrainian people now.
Here is just a key summary of those topics of crisis center consultations we conducted with the team of our psychologists. And those are just words, but underneath those words, there are such a huge tones of emotions, of feelingness, unbearable for each people on the earth. On our consultation, people were talking about their mental state, which includes apathy, restlessness, loss of sense of living, and deep depressive states. They were changing with us, they are very, very heavy and often unbearable feelings as anxiety and fears, everyday fears of death, of war, loss of relatives and beloved ones. This feeling loneliness and guilty and anger and rage that is tearing everybody of Ukrainian alive every day apart. Our Ukrainian people are facing problems in relationships such as crises, divorces, abuses, violences, loss of their men, husbands, fathers, and providers. They are unable to maintain relations over distance, over disability of relatives. Many Ukrainians have addictions, alcohol and other substances due to the constant stress. Our people are facing problems with children such as insomnia, difficult adaptation of children in a new country, bullying at school, rage and depression, and health issues. Also, we are struggling with financial difficulties, loss of work and business, no income, inability to work and earn money due to trauma, and being constantly on the move. Ukrainians sharing with us their stories about loss of home, whether it's a physical loss or refugee status, loss of this feeling of safety ever. And all the Ukrainians now are fearing of the future, life without plans and hopes, loss of meaning and faith in something good.
So right now, everyone has his and her pain, men, women, children, teenagers, and our work in the crisis center, yes, predominantly we were seeing women, but we also were working with children and teenagers. And one of the biggest problems they have on top of the war trauma that they are witnessing is actually they are struggling to study now because they have to study under very weird and unusual and dramatic conditions. Our children now are studying in the bomb shelters, in the subway. In winter, there was no heating, so it was quite cold. Sometimes they had to study in the dark just with the candles. And those children who manage to live with their mothers and are in a new country, they do have difficulties with adaptation in this new country, a new environment. Men don't often come to our center, but when they do, they were sharing their deep pain about feeling helpless because they are afraid that they would not be able to protect their families and their loved ones. Some of them lost their jobs. They feel extremely unwell because they cannot provide for the family. Some of them are going through divorce or have personal crisis and depressive states.